Question 11, using the formula below, find the value of k, and p is 50 and q is 10. You must show all your working. Right, so the k is obviously there, p is there, and q is there. So what I'm going to do, a formula is just a link between the different variables or the different letters. Okay, so you lot have seen really easy formula like area equals length times width. Effectively, that's what we've got there, just a little bit more complex. All we do is put the numbers in that we know. So I'm going to write this thing out. I'm going to replace any numbers that I know. So I'm going to replace any q's with a 10. I'm going to replace any p's with a 50. And I'm going to basically simplify it down and see what I'm left with, and then ask myself, how can I figure out k? Now, whenever I do this, I use brackets. You might not use brackets, but I'm going to sort of talk about what each thing means. So 2q, when q is 10, will become 2 times 10. The reason I use brackets is because the brackets will always sort out things on the calculator a little bit better. Okay, if you put 2 times 10, that'll work for this one, but when you use more complex things, it won't. It might break down with negatives and things like that. 2 times 10 equals p, which is 50, and again, I'm just going to put that in brackets, minus 10k. I don't know what 10 is. I don't know what k is, sorry, so I've got that. Right, what I'm now going to do is basically get rid of the brackets and multiply anything out that I need to. So 2 times 10 is 20 equals 50 minus 10k. Now, this is just an equation now in k that I need to solve. What I've got here is a negative k term, which I don't like. So there's quite a few different ways you could do this, okay? You could just look at it and say, well, if I want to get to 20 from 50, I need to take away 30, don't I? So then you could possibly figure out what that number is going to represent 30. You can figure out what k is. You could do taking away the 50 from both sides. It'll leave you with, just remember, if you take away 50, it will leave you with minus 10k. That's the way I'm going to do it. The other way of doing it would be to add 10k to both sides and then minus 20. I'm going to do it by taking away 50. So now that I've got an equation, dotted line down the middle, I'm going to get rid of that 50 from both sides. 20 take away 50 will give me minus 30, and that will equal minus 10k. Now, if I want the k on its own here, I need to divide by the number that is in front of it, which means I'm going to now divide by minus 10 on both sides. Don't panic about that if that's like throwing you and thinking, oh, how do I deal with negatives? Because the calculator will do that for you, okay? I know that dividing minus 10k by minus 10 will effectively delete the minus 10 in front of it, so it will leave me with k on that side. And then into my calculator, I just need to do minus 30 divided by minus 10. Now, you might be able to do that in your head. If you can, well done. Minus 30 divided by minus 10. Okay, if anyone couldn't see there, by the way, it's up to you. When you want to put negatives into a calculator, you can use that one or that one. It's up to you. Okay, minus 30 divided by minus 10 give me 3. So k will equal 3.